Yeah. Yeah. A little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on a new level. 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 Brought me a new shovel.
Oh my goodness. You ready? Are you ready?
Girl, we gonna see.
Okay, wait. Hold it. Okay, so I feel like since Tiara isn't here, it feels like something is missing. We don't see how this
Tiara's
goes.
missing.
I know. So it just feel like
can I get a countdown?
Are you ready? What? Are you ready?
Oh! Yes.
All right, you ready?
All right.
Girl, you had it on fire forever. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sister Talk with LTB. It's good to be back. We ain't went nowhere, but it is good to be back. I am Brittany, and I am 1/3 of your host and all of that good stuff. My lovely sister's here too. Say hello, Nisha.
Hello.
And to our loyal viewers, I know you're wondering, where is the little feisty one? Well, today she took some PTO without the P, but we wish her well. If you are new here, once again, we are Sister Talk. We are 3 sisters, and we just come on here and we have a conversation. That's what we do. And, it was so good. One day we was like, we should make this a show. And that's what happened, for real. But I do want to shout out all of our loyal viewers and to all of our new sister talkers. Hey, y'all. Welcome home. We love you. So before we move any further, we gotta go over that mission statement. You already know. We gotta go over that mission statement. So we want to make sure when you come here, right here, handsome up here, right here, we want to encourage you in some sassy conversation. Yes, honey, the sassy one out here, but I think we got it. You think we got it? I think we got it.
We got it.
We also want to empower you to be your authentic self. Be who you are. And if you've been here for a while, you already know we're going to be our goofy, authentic selves. And I think it's gotten even more authentic over the last couple of seasons because we be sharing stuff. We do.
We be talking.
But we also want to make sure we encourage you to the next level. Y'all, it's 2025. What are your goals? We want to encourage you and, make sure that we giving y'all some, you know what I mean? Put a little to knock those goals out. So that's what we do here at Sister Talk. And I know you guys see this unfamiliar face, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. But before we go any further, we gotta have a praise break. Come on. Hallelujah.
Oh.
We love Jesus. Jesus is on the main line. Tell me what you want. I hope that y'all praise the Lord with us. Like, for real. Because the way 2025 is starting, you better be ready for them, okay? But yes, we definitely make sure that we praise the Lord because we wouldn't be here without the big man upstairs talking to y'all, sister talkers. So now that we have given him, his praises and acknowledged him, of course we got to go over them church announcements. You got to praise him, then go over church announcements, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go over my church announcement first while Nisha is continuing to praise. I am not mad. Do your thing. But I have the same church announcement that I had last time. I am in a movie. I'm in a documentary.
The big screen.
Yes, guys. I'm a movie star.
Woo!
Sisters Walk will be airing at Valley View Theater February 1st. It starts at 5:30 for you. But for me, the VIP, it starts at 4:30. That's not obvious. But anyway, yes, your tickets can still be purchased. I think I gave you guys the wrong web address last time, so I'm going to do it right this time. So it is www.myflix SKCLE, that's CLE.org. And I think my child's about to walk in here in a few seconds, but that's okay because she'll be on the show too. But yes, you can purchase your tickets at that site. We will drop the link somewhere on screen at some point. They're $35, and just come and support not just me, all of the survivors. They refer to us actually as warriors because that's what we are. So come out, celebrate us, and have a good time. And my sister got a church announcement too.
Well, no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, it's over already.
It's over. It's over. Well, you guys, some of you guys knew, some of you guys didn't know, but Miss Nisha Unfiltered has started. I have posted the first blog, so you gotta follow me. We'll drop the link so that you guys can see. The other church announcement that I have is Young Educated Parents is moving forward in conquering Lorain County. So if you are willing to volunteer, we have some volunteer applications. If you are a teen mom and you live near Lorain County, get at me. It's a whole page that you can follow. We got a logo that the sassy sister made. And it is the bar.
Keeping her busy.
Yes, we are keeping her very busy, y'all. That's probably why she took the PTO without the P.
Because I ain't paying y'all to take that.
No. But yes, Young Educated Parents is serving teen parents that is in Lorain County. And I'm excited. I can't wait to see who all I get a chance to meet. Y'all know one thing about me is wherever there's a teen parent, that's where I'm gonna be. So that's my church announcement, y'all.
I love when Nisha has church announcements because her church announcements be like, they be like something big for real. And like, she was trying to act like,
whatever.
Like she ain't the doula plug, but But yeah, that's okay. That is our church announcements, guys. So obviously the moment you all have been waiting for, because I know y'all like, who is this man on the show?
Right.
So today I have the pleasure of introducing someone very near and dear to my heart. So special to me that I wrote a speech.
Are we gonna cry on this episode?
I hope not. I wrote a little speech, so here it is, and I'm about to read it, y'all. I am going to read it from the screen. So, our guest today has conquered many obstacles, most of which I have been blessed to see him crush. He is an asset to the community in Northeast Ohio. He is actually a celebrity, a doctor, author, father, husband, and my best friend and brother. An ordained friend from the Lord, I believe. My confidant, and I dare you to mess with me because you will see a side of him that you probably don't want to see. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Michael Copeland.
Yeah! All right. Thank you. Thank you for that, Brittany. Thank you very much. Yes, not a whole lot of people know about that other side. Good thing. So.
Let's hope they don't get find out.
Ooh, boy, you brought back a memory, but
good thing I didn't share that memory.
Oh no, we got history. And I appreciate you guys having me on the show. I appreciate you guys having me just come on with you guys this evening. I really appreciate what you guys do. I've seen you guys in work and action plenty of evenings before. You guys have been doing this for I think a few years now. If I'm not mistaken, and I love what you guys do. I love the bonding. I love what you guys are doing for not just the community, but for Black women. So thank you guys so much for that. A little bit about me, I guess, starting from the beginning. I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I am a native here, one of three, raised in a good home, great parents, good siblings. I did grow up with learning disability, so I did have a learning struggle. So shout out to anybody who has struggles in school with math or with science. That was me. So school was rough. Starting off, it seemed like it's always a struggle learning. I really did not like to read, hated to read, and no matter how many books were thrown in front of me. So that's why today I make sure that I read to my daughter every night. So she'll learn to have a love for reading. And not that I wasn't read to, I just hated reading. I don't know why, I just didn't like it. But reading seemed more of a job to me. But read to your kids, make it fun. I pretty much grew up in the Shaker Heights area. I went to Shaker Heights High School, graduated in 2006. So in high school, that's where I met Brittany. So we worked at the Rascal House Pizza. Met Brittany in 2005. We were juniors. She was a junior at Cleveland Heights. I was a junior at Shaker. We worked for the most interesting staff in this side of Cleveland that I begin to tell y'all about.
Oh, another episode right there.
The Rascal House needs to be a whole other segment. That's our history. And 2005, Brittany, it is 2025. We are going on 20 years.
He always knows the dates. I'll be like, it's just been a long time, y'all.
Now, one thing about me is I'm naturally a historian, so I am good with dates. So we met March of 2005.
How do you know the month too?
Wow.
Now, don't ask me the day. I ain't that good.
That's dope right there.
But I remember because I had just had a major event and I met her like the week later. That's how I remember. And so that was almost 20 years ago in 2 months. So kudos to that friendship, and ironically, we're on your show 20 years later. And Brittany has done my show as well. When I used to do radio for 4 years on what was it WERE, and so Life Obstacles 1490, the Michael Copeland Education Hour. It was a good run. We did it 4 years. Brittany came on as a guest, and we did a powerful segment about a couple years ago. I had to think back because, man, it's been a while. Man, I'm like, oh man, it's been a while since I've been on radio. A little bit about me, career-wise. I went to Central State University, graduated in 2011. I was an education major. I had a passion for education, which stemmed from my grandparents who raised foster children for many years, seeing children who of which Brittany has met my grandparents and seen the foster home back in the day before they passed. So those youth and those children really made an impact on my life, and seeing the barriers that they came through and the obstacles they overcome kind of gave me a drive to want to help inner city youth and to help people overcome obstacles. Little did I know, also, just backtracking a little bit back to high school, I am a suicide survivor, no shame. And I do have a mental health testimony. And so a lot happened during that time period. Brittany was definitely around during that time period and definitely a great advocate and a great help and a great support. So definitely shout out to your friends who are there for you in those hard times. Mm-hmm. And also mental health in the Black community is real. Anybody who's struggling, say something. This is a sidebar. But anyway, all that, I still have to say, all that kind of drove me to have a passion for getting into education. So from my suicide attempt, I did, after I got out of the hospital and, got out of rehab, I gave my life back to Christ and got saved. And really, I literally went to college the next year. And
yeah, he left me, y'all.
And Brittany's is witness to all that. and then my life, and then honestly, my life started going very well. I mean, I was not without struggle, of course, but I mean, I started getting excellent grades, and I mean, for the first time, I think I saw a 3.8 GPA and a 4.0, and started getting all type of different awards in school, and ended up graduating 4 years later with a magna cum laude degree. You know what I'm saying? So God will take you. God will take you a long way. He'll bring you away from where you're from, and then from there, I went on to Nashville, Tennessee, where I started my career teaching. So because I was an education major, obviously there weren't any jobs for teachers in Ohio back in 2011 when I graduated. So Nashville was booming with jobs, so I moved down there, and I had family there, so it worked out. I was there for about 6 years, and ended up crossing into my fraternity. I'm a member of Alpha Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Crossed into my fraternity there, made a lot of good great connections. A year later, I met my wife, and we met in 2014, got married in 2016. And after we got married, we moved back to Cleveland, Ohio. We knew we were going to start a family, so we wanted to be around family. Also, Cleveland's paying. I mean, at the end of the day, Cleveland is paying more. So I can't even lie. We can say what we want to say about Cleveland. They're paying more than Nashville. It is what it is. So it just made sense to come home. And so that's how I got here. That's how I got back to Cleveland. We've been back 7 years now, and definitely have had a whirlwind of experience here. And I'll stop rambling because I'm sure you guys have questions maybe. I definitely just wanted to give you just me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Well, yes, thank you. That was excellent. I do have a question. I'm gonna just go first, Nisha, because I'm already talking. So, so I do want to thank you for being vulnerable, especially with speaking about your suicide attempt. I wanted you to bring that up, but I wasn't gonna tell you I wanted you to bring it up, but I didn't know. You ain't know how it's gonna go. But
it's my book. It's my testimony. Yeah.
Right. So can you without going into too much detail, can you just kind of talk about in that moment or in that time of your life what you were struggling with and what helped you navigate that and just get to a point where you were feeling better about everything?
For many different reasons, I struggled with depression. So it led from a multitude of different things. Of course, a high school kid, high school breakups, high school issues, I mean, just there's one big issue too, but definitely just a multitude of different things, and just not having that self-confidence, and not being fully rooted in the Lord, as much as I am now. You know what I'm saying? So all that led to depression. That's pretty much what it boils down to. And so navigating that, I didn't really start to navigate that until after the attempt. So starting to meet people who went through the same thing, seeing a therapist, there's no shame in getting therapy and seeking help, because it works, and you have to let that out, and it might just save your life. That I did that for a little while. So I mean, all those things are very helpful, and help you navigate. They give you helpful tools and resources. In fact, now I'm thinking about it, my therapist was the one who originally told me to write. Little did I know I'd write a book 16 some odd years later, but yeah, writing was a useful tool back then. Now I'm thinking about it, so yeah.
It's funny you say that, because Nisha should be telling me to write stuff down, and I'd be like, she knows she talking about. But she tells me that all the time. But one more thing, Nisha, I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you talk, okay? But I think it's very important to you as a person who's gone through that. I think it's really important that you share your story and share your testimony, especially for somebody who might be watching right now that's like going through it, and I know we talk about it from time to time, and we even, not that it's comical or anything like that, this is our relationship, So we joke about a lot of stuff that probably ain't even funny. But they're not saying that the situation is funny, but I had to tell my bro, like, bro, get down on me. What are we doing? Like, you know, but I think that I feel like I'm talking really loud, but I think that it's so important to come on these platforms and talk about it. Everything is always just swept up under the rug, or don't tell so and so that you did this or almost did that, but so and so might need it. Right. So I commend you. I commend you not only talking about it here, but putting it in your book as well, that we're gonna talk about in a few. But that takes a lot of courage, and I'm proud of you. And I know I tell you this all the time, like I do him the same way I do you, Nisha. So, and you know what that means. Every time I see Nisha, I'm calling her the doula plug. I'm yelling it to the top of my lungs, like the doula plug. I do the same thing to him. Like every second I can call him Dr. Copeland.
Yeah. Like,
I know I get on his nerves.
If the whole world don't know I'm a doctor, Brittany gonna
let him know.
Look, I'm the humble one. Like, I'm the one who's like, oh, Mike, I'm Mike.
Right.
I'm still Mike. Like, no, you doctor.
Doctor.
I know, but it's just, I'm just so proud of you, and to see you from where you came from. And I know a lot of things that you've been through. Some of those things I put you through, but we're even now, right?
Right. Well, I put you through more, so
right. You're right. So I probably need to put you through some more stuff.
No, right. No. What I went through was enough.
But to be able to actually see the journey, though, and that's why I'm always yelling it to the top of my top of my lungs. And same with Nisha, you know, give me all that premium gas.
I was just about to say it's the premium gas.
Yes, it's the premium gas. But I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, Nisha.
But let me just say, we love that, and I could probably speak for Nisha too. We love that, and we appreciate that.
Yes,
Nisha don't. I'll be on her nerves.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's just sometimes for me, I can only speak for me, Mike. Sometimes for me, because I didn't have that before, and so it can make me feel uncomfortable,
awkward. Yeah,
it'd be like, oh, wait a minute, stop it.
I got you. Not everybody wants to be blasted on social media. I got you. Yeah.
I'll never stop. I took a break from tagging Mike on social media only because I'm out about it. But
now, luckily for me, I need that for my book and my my career anyway. So the more somebody posts is better. So she actually is working out for my case.
He called me out. Though. He was like,
Brittany share. If I don't get no other shares, Brittany gonna share. I love it. You know.
I mean,
so it's good. It's great in my case. Keep doing it for me. So.
The one question, I think I have two. So the one question that I have is, you were talking about how you had a learning disability, like in high school and everything.
Yeah.
But I heard you say, first of all, doctor. Okay.
You're doing it too.
You went off to college. And so having you know, that disability and everything, how to a parent that's probably watching this and her child is struggling, what advice would you give her?
I would give her or him, because shout out to our son, because we got a small population of single dads.
Shout out to the single dads.
I love our mamas. Don't get me wrong, I love our mamas, but we cannot forget our dads.
That's right.
I would say that patience. Just be patient with your child, and I'm speaking to me too. You know, just be patient with your child. Your child has plenty of gifts. Your child has plenty of talents. It's just discovering what that they may not learn how you learn or do things how you do things. You can't expect them to be you. And I know that people probably say it a lot, but it's very true. So just be patient with your child, because those gifts and those talents, they will come out. And Brittany, I'm sure. Well, I mean, you guys, you are parents, you know. I mean, over time, you see the certain gifts come out of your child, and it's like seeing my daughter draw mermaids and how artistic she is. She's drawing right now. You know, it's just amazing. You know, so yeah.
The other thing I do want, I should have started off with this. You know, thank you for coming on, of course.
By the way,
It's all good. I appreciate it.
You know, by the way.
Not a problem.
But also, I want to tell you this. When someone meets you and they don't know nothing about where you came from, and then to hear this other side of you, keep speaking of this other side of you, because so many times people see you as, oh, this is doctor, and he is doing all of these things.
It's like,
they would absolutely believe like he had no struggles, he had nothing going on.
Human, I'm still human.
Exactly.
Y'all, I was not born this way with the jacket, and you know, I was not like you. First off, I'm not self-made. Let's start there. Okay, that part. None of us are self-made. Anything I have, anything that I have, anything that I've accomplished, anything you see on social media, all my posts, you're gonna see me giving credit to one being, God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you, God. God is responsible for it all, you know. But yeah, like it's that simple, you know. I'm not self-made. I didn't come this way. It takes time to, you know, to get to certain places in your life, you know. That's why I say, I mean, patience doesn't just, not just with your children, but patience with, you know, just throughout, just getting to, you know, certain aspects, you know, of your career, you know, and of where you want to go. I'm still, you know what I'm saying, fighting to get there. You know, it's so funny you said it, because, you know, people, you know, do a lot of times prejudge me. I'm like, dude, I'm, first off, relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, still, all right, I promise you, I still love a grape soda. I promise you, I still love a beer. I still love a Long Island. Still love
Long Island, baby.
Okay,
Ooh-wee.
like people put me on this pedestal. Sometimes I'm like, y'all, relax. All right, like
Long Island,
I'm like, you know, like I am still like we are still human. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Like, you know, like we are still human. I don't even use doctor as I should. I really go by Mike. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want, because I want people when I first meet them to not feel, you know, that like, not feel that like so intimidated, because I do get that. I do get that, like people be, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you know, just, you know, so I do kind of be mindful of my approach, and how I do introduce myself to people, but also, you know, as they get to know me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're seeing these things, but guess what? You're me. I'm you. You know what I'm saying? You can do these things too.
I like that. I like that. So I have another question. These questions just coming out of nowhere because I ain't wrote nothing down. But so you touched on leaving Cleveland and going to Nashville.
Yes.
I won't talk about how I felt when he left me, but what advice would you give to someone, especially someone who is looking to possibly go to school like you did in another state, or also just anybody who's like wanting to relocate but scared to do it, or, you know, being apprehensive about it? Like, what advice would you give to that person? And not me, because I'm leaving.
Don't leave your sisters.
You getting ready to do the same thing, and as you should. And to that point, do it.
Michael Copeland told me my husband is not in Cleveland. I got to
go. Go. Do it, because, and even if you are scared, do it scared.
Oh, he almost made me choke.
Do you know, when I went to Nashville, I was scared. I went to Nashville. Let me tell you something. When I graduated at Central State, of course, I had to come back home, that summer when school ended. And I worked in Akron for a little bit as a mental health specialist, making $9 an hour, which wasn't nothing. So I had to, but what I really wanted to do was I really wanted to get to Nashville. Like I said, there was no teaching jobs in Ohio. So I said, well, I can't find a job just on the internet and by phone. I need to actually get down there and be rooted. So I had literally $700 in my pocket. My car needed a new battery, so I had to spend $20 of that $700. I fixed my battery, packed up my car, and I just left.
Look at God.
I drove to Nashville. I got advice from my sister and my mom. My sister was like, "Go." My mom was like, "Walk into your future boldly," and that was all God's confirmation. And I just literally left. Prayed about it and left. And to God take the wheel. And little did I know that would be the start of a 6-year journey where I would start my career. So I worked all these odd jobs. I found a job at a factory, and then I found a job at a daycare, and I found a job at a Pizza Hut. Then I found a job at a Freedom School, and then a whole year full of different jobs. And then I started my career teaching a year later. And then, then Alpha came, and then I worked at 3 different schools, and then my wife came. And so that would be the start of a 6-year journey. But I say it to say, I wouldn't have even met my wife or even had my daughter if I didn't do it scared.
Scared.
Yes. I purposely.
So you don't know. So you don't know. You got and you gotta take risks. You gotta take risks because you don't know what you're missing out on if you don't take it.
Ooh, look at Nisha. She feeling it. I brought that up. I brought that up purposely. I wanted to bring that up purposely because I think that it's really important to have friends, one, who speak life into you.
Yes.
And 2, friends who can go to war about you. Because when I first told Mike about me wanting to relocate, he actually was the first one I told, because I already knew what you was gonna say. So he was the first one that I talked to because he did it before,
right?
It makes sense, yeah.
And I told him, like, hey, I just feel like I need a new start. Like, I have to get out of here. And I think a lot of times I say now, having cancer, being diagnosed with cancer, all of this stuff happened for a reason. And I feel like, for me, I feel like, all right, girl, you had cancer. That was your push to live your life. Live your life. And I talked to Mike first. And one thing that I said in the beginning of my speech is I truly feel like this is an ordained friendship, because when I say God uses him to speak to me, and he's been doing it for years. He's been doing it for years. I tried to give up singing. And yes, I know my sisters then told me, but I think it just hits a little different for me when it's coming from him, because I know it's coming from God. And not saying that it's not coming from God from anybody else, but I know that. And I say this all the time. Mike done heard me say this about 30 times. I'm going to say it again. But he always used to say to me, what you do with your gift is your gift back to the Lord. Every time I wanted to give up singing, he would say that to me. And I'd be like, okay.
And you brought back a memory. I forgot all about that.
I said, dang, I can't stop. And I know I'm kind of getting off topic. I'm sorry. No. But I got to say this. It finally made sense to me. What was it, Mike? Was it last Sunday you were stalking me on the live stream?
Yes. Every Sunday I'm not there. I'm virtual. If I'm not there, I'm definitely virtual. So you're being stalked every Sunday if you're singing.
So he sends this screenshot of me while I'm leading.
I'm a proud brother. So just that she's a proud sister, I'm a proud brother. Sorry. So if she's out there singing and she don't say nothing, I'm like, oh, so she out there kind of solo. Okay, let me screenshot this and send it.
You don't screenshot it.
I I see you. All right. So you're gonna say I didn't see you.
He is sending a screenshot like I didn't know I was up there on stage. But that Sunday,
I let you know that I knew. Okay, I thought.
You know that.
It doesn't matter that you know. It doesn't matter that you know. I let you know I saw you.
Right, man. He saw y'all. But that was the that Sunday, and I know, and he's been saying this to me for years, but that was the aha moment for me. I was like, first of all, when I finally got off stage and the spirit had calmed, and somebody said to me, "Did you know you went out in the audience and was singing to like
I was like
to people?" I didn't even remember that. I didn't remember it.
Brittany, from what I saw, I mean, from watching you, like you, the spirit just really took over. You just got out there.
Oh, did.
And you like went across, walked back and forth on the stage. I mean, you left, and the spirit just took over.
I did,
and you did get down there, and I saw that. I was like, look at Brittany. I said, man, that.
But when I watched it back, I was like, it makes sense. Well, he's been telling me this for years. Yeah. I would be like, whatever. But in that moment, it made so much sense to me, and I was just like, yeah, like this is you walking in purpose. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So I say that to go back to what my original point was, like, that's the type of friends you gotta have in your life. The ones that can speak that life to you. And yes, the Lord uses this man to speak to me. And I'm not only leaving Cleveland because he said my husband is not in Cleveland. He didn't tell me where my husband at. He just said he ain't in Cleveland. But I think that I needed that extra push to be like, girl, get out of here. Yeah. Live your life. All that you just been through in this last, year and a half now, like, it's time. Go ahead. So I just had to bring that up. But we can go back and talk about you some more. But I do want to talk about, Mike, your book. And I know you said that your therapist recommended that you write a book, but kind of talk about that journey. Like, how did you finally get to the point where you was like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do?
So my therapist told me to write back when I was depressed, when I was in, back in 2006, when everything first happened. So I was just relating that experience to currently, who told me to write a book during this time period, was my mentor. My mentor, who I met in college, he Master Sergeant in the U.S. Marines, educator, father, husband, grandfather. So he's like parents' age. So been in my life for the last 20 plus years. Anyway, he last year, so a year and a half ago, and Brittany, you saw this too. Last year, I was overweight. I was stagnant in my career. And life was just at a standstill. And so my mentor was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with you? What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? So, my A1C level was up, blood pressure was high. I mean, I was just really in an unhealthy place in my life. And my mentor was the only one during that time to call it out, like that. And so others had said things, but he was the one that really, he came to me with a solution. And so he was like, hey, I want you to enroll in this program, this school that they have a doctorate program that's feasible to, get your honorary degree and plus your coaching certification for business. I also want you to write a book. Mike, you have a story to tell. You have a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? Let's write your book. So I spent all of 2023 writing the book. So just recounting my stories from college, where our mentor and I, where we used to, how he became my mentor was we used to host camps for inner city youth during the summer, like youth from Dayton, Cincinnati, all the worst parts of those cities. Youth would come to Central State's campus for 3 weeks and be with us. So we would mentor those youth. We would guide those youth. We would put them through lessons, literacy, math. We would give them exposure to galas and etiquette, that kind of thing. And so pretty much, just something different from outside the neighborhood. So we had all type of different stories from that, testimonies from that. Like some of those kids had never even gotten a haircut before. So we had all type of stories like that. So just recounting those stories, recounting that whole camp experience, recounting how I got into education, recounting my Nashville experience. So I put all that into one book. And it's been doing amazing, more amazing than I thought. Even doing the book, again, doing it scared. You know what I'm saying? I've never written a book before. I'm like, what am I doing? How am I doing this? Why am I doing this? So all those questions were going in my head last year. But when it was done, and when I published it, and when the first copy got delivered to my house, all I could do was hold it. Like, wow, this is my work. Like, this is
make me cry.
This is my work. Like like I wrote this story. Like, with the direction and help of God, of course. Who gets all the credit. This is my work. And so it was it's just amazing. And even to this day, I still look at it. And now I look at it with. Now it's a little highly decorated. So the book has been blessed to earn 6 awards so far. Actually, it just earned the 7th, which will be announced. And the book also is now an Amazon bestseller. So I'll announce that on this show. I haven't announced that to the world just yet. So I'll announce the show. The book had Amazon bestseller in 4 different categories over Christmas, so that was definitely a blessing to come back to. And so and here we are. I'm getting ready to also. I'm getting ready to embark on an anthology. Less violence, more mentoring. I'm getting ready to do. I'm almost done with. The Journey of a Determined Educator Part 2. So there's going to be a sequel. So it's going to be a series. So that book is almost finished. So I'm getting ready to do more books this year. So
get my weight up.
Brittany is crazy, but yeah. So I'm excited. And I'm 2025. We're getting ready to come into a very interesting year. So
yes,
you better have your own. Better have your own. God bless the child who has his own. So trying to have my own out here because we're going to need it, and we're going to need to educate our kids as much as we can with our own resources. So that's a whole other show too. But
right, part 2 and 3.
Right. But yeah, so no, writing a book has been amazing. And I didn't think it could get awards. I was happy to write a book. But then when I wrote the book, the first award I saw was the International Impact Book Awards. And it looked all fancy and prestigious. I'm like, I ain't got no shot. I'm like, but then I thought to myself, I'm self-published. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't have no big old marketing company or publishing company to, do all this work for me and ghostwrite and market my book. So everything, everything is on me. So if you don't do it, if you don't take the risk, you know what I'm saying, then it's not going to happen. You can't just create something and expect people just to know it's there. That's not going to happen. You have to advertise it. You have to market it. So you have to do it scared, because I honestly, like, I really don't even like being on. People will not believe this, but I really don't even like being on social media all like that. I don't like posting. I don't like doing half that stuff, but I have to do it. I have to do it because it's my career, and that's the only way my book's gonna get out there. That's the only way my work is gonna get out there, and that's the only way your work's gonna get out there. You have to put yourself out there. Do it scared. Do it uncomfortable. You have to get. You have to get
her in the butt.
Uncomfortable. Get comfortable.
Kicking Nisha in the butt right now.
because that's the only way it's gonna work.
Jesus.
There's no way around it, unfortunately.
Let me find out. Guy using Dr. Michael Copeland to speak to you too.
Nish, you gotta tell what's going on with you. Like you had too many oohs and ahs over there this whole show.
Uncomfortable.
So, Mike, I always make the funny. It's really not funny. It's actually, it hurts my heart. But with Michael Copeland, you got to make an appointment to see him, including me, the bestie. So can you talk about, and you ain't got to go like and full in depth, but Mike is full of resources. He's the resource man. So tell us about some of the organizations that you are affiliated with or a part of.
So I had mentioned earlier, I'm a proud member of Alpha Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, which offers a plethora of mentoring programs for young men. I'm also a member of 100 Black Men of Greater Cleveland, which also offers a plethora of programs for young men as well. In fact, our leadership academy is actually tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, and so that happens monthly. So if you have any young men, high school age, 12 to 18, high school, middle school age, we definitely welcome them to either or programs with Alpha to go high school to college, and the Alpha Esquires, and with the 100 Black Men, it's the 100 Black Men of Leadership Academy for young men. And then I'm also the chief of staff for MyCom Cleveland. So it is a youth development initiative in Greater Cleveland. So we have a plethora of different resources and connections and partners in each of the different neighborhoods and communities as well. From resource closets to school partnerships and school connections. And so definitely, we definitely welcome community support and volunteers, people who want to get involved and help make a difference and change in the city. So definitely welcome you to get my information from Brittany, and let's stay connected. Yeah.
So you left something out.
Uh-oh.
I mean, not really, but it is definitely worth mentioning because it's a big deal. You're also a business owner. So talk about that, because you didn't.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well,
In fact, I am a business owner. So I mentioned I have a business. I got my business coaching degree last year, along with my honorary doctorate. So after I got my business degree, I started my own business called Copeland Consults LLC. So I do one-on-one business coaching, and I work with minority businesses on how to start up their business, how to create goals, and how to basically just continue to climb the ladder, as we all are trying to do in this world. So no matter what business it is, I mean, from meal prepping to soul care wellness to dessert, food,
T-shirts.
My clients, I was getting to you. And so I have a plethora. I mean, they give me more experience than I give them. And so helping those clients develop business plans, develop goals, obtain LLCs, well, no matter what the case is, that's my job. That's my business. And I just hit my 1-year anniversary in January of my business.
Congratulations.
That's exciting to be in this. I'm a baby entrepreneur, but I'm getting my feet. I'm starting to walk. So I'm one in the game. So I definitely am happy to see where to get the experience that I was getting in. My business was mentioned in CEO Weekly this year, so that was a nice shout out globally. So I'm happy about that. So
now y'all see why I got to make an appointment, right? Because the man is busy. So, Nisha, do you have a question before I ask another one?
No, I don't.
Okay. I just been talking a lot today. Where's Tiara?
You is hilarious.
So, with all that you have already accomplished, which is a lot, okay, a lots. What are there any goals that you have, or any other things that you feel you want to accomplish within the next few years, or what do you feel like will be next for the doc?
So I'm still growing my book. As I'm growing my book, I should say this. I'm growing my book business. So my book is no longer just a book. It's becoming a business. So like I said, I'm dropping 2 more books this year. And then I'm also going to start webinar trainings after that. So I want to start training. So of course I want to drop the books first and see how well those do. But if those 2 books do as well as the first one did, using that same formula, I want to train authors how to write award-winning books, and I want to train authors on how to gain awards and how to become Amazon bestsellers. So that's my goal, and I already have a whole business plan lined out and mapped out, but I want to drop the 2 books first. Yeah,
it's very interesting. So can you because you didn't say the name of your book, so for our
I'm sorry, The Journey of One Determined Educator.
Okay, nice. And then also let our sisters, I know you already kind of touched on it, but just remind our sister talkers where they can purchase the book.
So you can purchase the book on Amazon. That's the main source. So log on Amazon. But the book is global. So it's on Barnes and Noble, international. So it's if you Google, you'll find the book everywhere. So, but Amazon is the main location, which I would suggest. Yes.
Nice. And then for your consulting business, if someone needed to get in contact with you, how could they contact you?
So you can go to you can email me, Copeland Consults LLC @gmail.com. You can go to my website, www.copelandconsultsllc.com. You definitely can get my information from Brittany, and she can connect you with me. Definitely welcome to, and hopefully she'll vouch for me as well, being the client. And so,
you
right. Excellent voucher, but definitely get in contact with me. Would love to help and support you and help you grow.
Nice. Oh my God.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been fun. It just reminds me of radio. I was in radio once before for a number of years, so this reminds me a lot of that.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. I know it's been a long time coming. Like I wanted to have you on 3 years ago when we started.
Yeah.
But
I had you on 3 years ago. Just saying.
It was not 3 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was gonna happen at some point.
No,
but yeah, I really appreciate you coming on. Like I said earlier, being vulnerable and sharing your story and being encouraging and empowering.
I mean, I had my authentic self and take it to the next.
Oh no!
Come on now.
I mean,
we should let him say
if I'm gonna come on this show, I gotta be my authentic self and take it to the next level. I mean, what we're here for.
For sure, and that is something that's out of the 3 things that's in our mission statement. Like being your authentic self for us has just been so. Even when we try to ignore it, it's like
no. Yeah, it's gonna come out, boy. Yes,
and I appreciate you being your authentic self, okay? Because he was authentic, y'all. I could tell you, he was him, and I know.
Yes. She would have called me out if I was not me. So yes.
And on the recording, I would be like, hold up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she ain't got no shame.
Pull it back. Run
it back. Because who is this man?
You know your sister talker.
Yeah. Anything else that you would want to say to the sister talkers? Any other bits of advice or any advice from my sister who has a wonderful business and a lot of things that she's working on, and
here we go. We get into it now.
She was making them faces for a reason.
Yeah, I just saw a bunch of twitches and it was like,
not the switches.
I saw heads up, heads. I was like, what? I did a chair move. I was like,
then she hit us with
I would like to say, especially to I think I'm speaking to Miss Nisha, hopefully, keep the faith and do it scared. Do it scared. Whatever it is, do it scared. Keep the faith. Put it in God's hands. He has you. He has you. Whatever it is, He has you. If you don't do it, you're gonna wish you did 10 years later. You don't want to be in that category. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do it, you'll at least know.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it, you'll at least know. Whatever it is, if you do it, you'll at least know. So keep the faith, put God first, and keep striving for your dream. And during this season, we cannot afford to think and dream small. We have got to think big. Okay, we have got. It's all a mindset thing. I'm telling you, prosperity, all that is a mindset thing. We've got to think like millionaires. Think that wealth mindset. Okay,
think like millionaires. That's the book. That is.
We haven't changed today.
Okay, all right. Seriously, we cannot think small. Okay, because you'll get small. Yeah.
You'll get small, honey, and we ain't talking about weight.
No.
I was about to say I want to be small.
No, you want to be small, but we're talking about dollars. You want them dollars to be big. You want them dollars to be big and fat and wealthy.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you have you got some advice for me, bro?
Some advice for you, Brittany. Keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, and never doubt yourself. I just want to say I'm very proud of you because I do remember that conversation, and I'm so proud that you are still singing. So that should be a testimony for you. That should be a message for you. Keep doing what you're doing, and more is going to come. So get ready. Get ready. More's coming. All right.
Wow. Nisha. It's like we don't have any words. Like I knew this was gonna be a good episode, but you just came and you dropped gems for the sister talkers. You dropped gems for us. I'm sure you dropped gems for the editor. Yep. So definitely appreciate you coming through and blessing us and sharing your testimony and your story. And everybody gets to see what I see, even though I have to make an appointment to see it. Everybody gets to see it now.
Right. My wife has to make an appointment. Don't worry about it. My daughter got to make an appointment. Everybody got to make no, I'm kidding. They're the reason I got to make appointments, but it's all right. And my job, everything. My life is crazy. So
when you got 900 jobs,
there you go again, Brittany.
Hey,
seriously.
Sister Talkers.
Buy my book, y'all. Please buy my book and
buy his book,
please. I appreciate it.
Get that book. Go make sure that you go to Amazon and get the book. I know that we're gonna display it on our social media. So it's gonna be out there. You won't have no excuse not to get it, guys.
This is a book that Nisha endorses because the last one we talked about.
Absolutely not. Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna be endorsing this one. Well, I hope that we have engaged you in some sassy conversation. I hope that we have empowered you to be your authentic self. You gotta be real. That's what this is all about. Okay? And I hope that we have encouraged you to the next level. The thing that I want to leave off with, though, is I know my parents are going to be watching this. And he hit a nugget that was so powerful. You do not know who you are raising. You do not know the road looks this way in your eye gate. but keep pushing. He said, keep supporting your child, keep encouraging your child, because you do not know what the end route is going to be, but your support is needed, and for you to be sticking by that baby is what is needed and what matters. Look at the doctor. You know? So, Sister Talkers, like, comment, and subscribe. And
Yes.
see y'all later. Deuces.
Okay.
Thanks again, Mike. This was
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. That was.
all right. Nisha gotta go meditate on all of that now.
I'm gonna have to go pray.